Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. It is time to make my mother another batch of the sugary confection that we call fudge. It is going to be a mix of peanut butter with confectionate sugar, and then you can just add whatever you want. I don't do any measuring, but you're free to follow along and experiment with your own concoctions. I will show you what we are going to use. I'm going to use the same handy dandy container that we used for her last batch of fudge, and I put some walnuts in there, which I will be breaking up or maybe chopping them. Walnuts are her favorite. Pretty much walnuts go in everything. I will be using the peanut butter and powdered sugar. We're going to be adding, and she just asked for one. I showed her what I was going to make them out of, and she's like, I need one right now. These are coconut tips. They're caramel covered coconut. And I get these at Dollar Tree for $1, like that. I'm going to see if I can actually melt those just to make the mixing a little bit easier. And then I'm going to be chopping up one ginger cookie just to give a little bit of crunch and a little bit of the flavor. So let's get started. I start by mixing the things that I'm adding first. I'm just going to break up the cookie. I forgot to turn the camera on, but I just chopped some of these nuts using this handy dandy chopper. And now I'm going to go put one of these or a couple of these in a glass bowl just to see if I can melt them a little bit. I actually just used a plastic measuring cup, but that melted. I did it for about 30 seconds. Hope that wasn't too long. Since I don't know if that's going to seize up, I'm going to just crumble the rest. I just was curious to see if they would melt. I'm going to just put the whole little bag. Could have probably melted them for just like 10 seconds to soften them. So let's see what we have here. This is going to be a sticky, thick batch. I don't know that I'm necessarily going to be able to mix this very well. I actually think I need to do this one with my hands. Much better. I did wash my hands last weekend. Okay, that's chunky, but that's going to be fine. Now, I'm going to go wash my hands. I'm just going to add some peanut butter. I don't think it's going to take too much. You could use any kind of nut butter, I'm assuming. And I have tried, canned frosting. It doesn't do the same consistency, but if I remember right, it worked okay. You can just experiment. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Let's add some powdered sugar. And I'm going to have to use my hands again. Going to get a little bit of water. That was probably just like 2 tablespoons of water. And I am going to add some more of the confectionate sugar. I think I'm going to need a lot more water and confectionate sugar just to make this stuff stick. Okay, now this is very wet, but that's okay. I can add more sugar. At least I can mix this. Good, good, good. What a mess, but it's going to be yummy. More sugar. Clean my hands. You want to add water, not oil, like if you want to make it so that you can mix it, because the oil will not dry, but the water will, and then that will give you a more firm texture. You don't need oil because there's oil in the peanut butter. This should do it, I'm guessing. Going to add a little bit more. Geez, I'm tempted to add just a little bit more. I really think this would do it, but I'm gonna go for it. Okay. Now this was clean, except for the nuts that I just put in it. I am just going to put that in here. Press it. Ooh, this one's gonna be a little thicker. That's gonna be so good. And I'm not going to sugar the top this time. Normally, I would just cover this and put it in the fridge overnight or whatever, but I am going to cover it and I'm going to pop it in the freezer for 30 minutes to an hour so I can show you the final product. I put this in the freezer for just 30 minutes and it seemed to be cooked. And now I left it out for about, I don't know, 20 more minutes or 30 minutes. I was busy. And we're just going to pop it out onto a cutting board. And I'm going to cut pieces this time instead of a pie shape. Oh my goodness. It looks like fudge. I'm trying to make smaller bite-sized pieces for my mother. Now this is more of like a creamy texture fudge, but you can see it holds its shape. I'm sure that's delish. Once again, I just want to encourage you guys to experiment with all kinds of ingredients. Any kind of base with confectionate sugar should work fine, and you just throw in whatever you want. I just told my mother that the next batch I make, I'm going to get some chocolate chips, and then I can dip these and make her like little mini chocolate bars. But then she suggested full-size chocolate bars, so I guess I'll be trying that too. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with more soon. Bye!